Hi, it's Carolina Moore with alwaysexpectmore.com and 30minutecrafts.com, and today I'm going to unbox the Cricut Joy, which is this year's hottest Christmas gift for crafters. If you're looking for a gift for yourself or someone you know who's a crafter, definitely look at the Cricut Joy. I'm going to go ahead and show you what's inside, as well as the other supplies that you want to make sure that you get to go along with your Joy. You ready? Let's get started. So I'm actually going to set the Joy aside for a minute, and we'll get to that in a second as I go through some of the different tools and accessories that you want to have with your Joy. So the first one is a Joy bag. This bag was designed by Cricut, and it fits the Joy as well as the power cord perfectly right in the bag. It also has a nice little pocket that you can use for some different supplies, and it's just this perfect little purse-sized bag to be able to make your Joy portable. And that's really what the Cricut Joy is great for, is being able to take your crafting on the go. There's also a nice little pocket in here that you can use for supplies or tools, extra blades, those kinds of things. So definitely, when you're looking at your Cricut Joy, grab your bag. And so you know, there's links to all these things down in the description of this video. So if you want to quickly grab any of these, go ahead and open up that description box and all the links will be there for you to click and get right to these products. So that's the bag. The next thing that you definitely want with your Joy is the cards. Now, they already have these card kits that come together pre-coordinated, making life super, super easy. So the Cricut Joy is perfect for cards because it has a card mat, and we're going to go over that when we open up the box. But the card mat makes the Joy perfect for whipping up a card, basically on your way to out the door for a party. This is the card kits. You want to stock up on these in different colors so you're ready for any occasion. Next, we have the Cricut Joy pens. These are infusible ink, and we'll talk about those when we talk about the rest of the infusible ink for the Joy. The Cricut Joy pens, I have two different kinds here. I have the glitter gel pens and I have regular pens. Now, if you have a regular Cricut, you may already have regular Cricut pens. These are the pens specific to the Joy, and they are specific to the Joy. You can't use these pens in the regular machine or the regular machine pens in this machine. So we're going to open this up. It'll let me get in there. There we go. And you can see, while the pen barrel itself doesn't look much different, I mean, and who cares about the cap being different? In this case, we'll go ahead and compare glitter pen to glitter pen. That really doesn't look that much different. But the difference is in the tips. So because the blade holder for the Joy is so much different, you can see this is tapered and this has more of a barrel shape. This is much shorter. This has a little more depth here. This pen and this pen are not interchangeable. So to write for cards for your Cricut Joy, you want to make sure that you have Cricut Joy specific pens to be able to do that. I teased you with a little bit about the infusible ink, so I'm going to go ahead and talk to you a little bit about infusible ink. So you can cut infusible ink sheets with your Joy, but you can also use specific infusible ink markers to make designs. This is an infusible ink coaster. So the way infusible ink works is that it is ink that you can draw on paper with, and when it gets heated up against a surface that has been treated to accept the ink actually kind of like turns into a gas but fuses with this material. So there are infusible ink t-shirts and all different other kinds of Cricut infusible ink blanks. These coasters are one of them. So you can make a design and have it basically become part of this material rather than like vinyl that sits on top and it gets stuck on top. So these infusible ink coasters would make a great hostess gift for the holidays that you can customize. One thing that you do want to note is that when you write with your infusible ink pens, you want to make sure that your writing is in reverse, so backwards, when it gets written, because it's written backwards and then flipped upside down to get fused to the coaster, and or well, whatever surface, it doesn't necessarily coaster. But that way your backwards writing, when flipped over, becomes forwards writing on your surface. So you can absolutely use infusible ink, which is one of Cricut's newest products, with your Cricut Joy. So next we have different kinds of vinyls. Okay, we'll start with Smart Iron-On. So this iron-on you can use to iron on just about anything. You could iron it on t-shirts, you could iron on baby bibs, you could even iron it on some ribbon to wrap your gifts. And that's actually one of the products that I have up my sleeve for 30minutecrafts.com. So if you want to see that, you can head over to 30minutecrafts.com and see what this looks like ironed onto ribbon. Because the cool thing about the Cricut Joy is that it can cut longer materials. It doesn't need a mat to be able to cut this Smart Iron-On. With a traditional Cricut, yes, they cut 12 by 24, and actually it's 11.5 inch by 23.5 inch because they need a little bit of wiggle room on all the sides. But that 12 by 24 inch mat is the limit unless you want to tile your designs. With the Smart Iron-On for the Cricut Joy, you can cut much longer. So this is 5.5 inches wide by 24 inches long. I can cut that whole 24 inches. And there's some that are longer that you can just go ahead and cut longer. So that's what's great with these smart vinyls and Smart Iron-Ons for the Cricut Joy. There's also the Smart Vinyl, and pay attention because they come in different sizes. So there are 5 sheets that are each 5.5 by 12, and this is one sheet that's 5.5 by 48. When you use your Smart Vinyl, you want to have transfer tape so that you can transfer your designs over from the vinyl to your surface. You don't want to be picking up each one of these little cut pieces like stickers. You use your transfer tape, put it on, peel it off, and then put it on your surface. If you've never used transfer tape before, just type in Cricut transfer tape into YouTube and you'll get lots of videos that'll pop up to show you how to use that transfer tape. So we have some more like specialty supplies, like this is Smart Label. This is a writable vinyl that's permanent, so you can write right on it to be able to make labels, and that means that you can write on it with your Cricut Joy pens to be able to make labels for things. This is great for labeling spices. I've seen a lot of people label spices or boxes, any kind of organization, which we all like to clean up our homes around holiday time to make them guest ready. So labeling is a perfect reason to be able to have an excuse to buy the Cricut machine. Now this is Smart Vinyl, and this one is 20 feet long. So like I said before, while this one is 24 inches, which you could cut 5.5 by 24 inches on a regular mat. You wouldn't be able to cut anything beyond 24 inches at all on a regular Cricut. And with the Cricut Joy, you absolutely can. You can make banners, you can cut on ribbon. There's just no limit. Again, no limit. Okay, so let's talk about some of these other fun supplies that I have here. These are tools for the Cricut Joy. These are interchangeable. You can use these with your traditional machine, or you can use your traditional machine tools. It's a weeding tool, a spatula, and a scraper tool. These are really this is the essential toolkit that I would say that any Cricut crafter needs. So whether you get one that's branded as Cricut Joy or not, doesn't matter. But these have the colored handles that match your Cricut Joy, which is kind of nice. You know that these tools go in your Cricut Joy bag, and that way you always have your tools with you, because the Joy tools went in the Joy bag, and the ones that aren't the Joy color, they go with your regular Cricut machine. Now there are these deluxe papers, and these papers are gorgeous and they are adhesive backed. So these are great for making little stickers. I've used them to make tabs for dividers in a binder. These deluxe papers are gorgeous. They're nice and thick and juicy, and the color is so vibrant. And they got some great designers to make these. This one's by Natalie Malin, and this one is by my good friend Jen Goody. So yeah, you can definitely pick up these papers and have some fun sticker fun with these papers. Here is some patterned iron-on. It is cut 5.5 by 12 inches, so it's cut to size to be able to use on the Joy. And there's a couple different patterns. This is iron on, so you can just iron it right on to a t-shirt or ribbons, or in this case they put it on a zipper bag. These are those tabs that I made using Jen Goody's paper. So I'll peel one of these off and show you how it works. And I made these on the Cricut Maker, so they're scored, but you could make these on the Joy as well, and you can just stick them onto any binder or paper tab and they'll just tab open. So those are super handy, and I actually have a organization project that I need these for, so I'm going to set these over here so that I have them. And then these are the Cricut Joy mats. You cannot use a standard size mat in the Cricut Joy because it is smaller. So this is a standard grip mat and a light grip mat. Light grip mat is great for paper because it'll release the paper easier without it tearing. The standard grip mat is great for vinyl because the vinyl is on a roll and the roll tends to want to roll back up. And so this has a little bit more adhesive to keep that flat and smooth while it's running through your Cricut machine. Okay, so now for the part we have all been waiting for, me too, and that is to open this. I've really not opened it. I'm gonna go ahead and cut the seals. There we go. Oh, there she is, little Joy herself. So I'm going to super carefully, because I don't want to ding her before I've even got her out of the plastic. And the weight on this is really, I mean, it weighs less than a cat, or at least less than my cat. So the weight is really not that bad. I mean, I feel like I can handle it one-handed fairly easily. Opens really smooth. Let me get rid of that. This is the blade. There is a blade already in there, but it's retracted. And that's interesting because it retracts, I think, more into the cartridge than I'm used to seeing on a Cricut. So it's definitely a different setup. You can't use like your deep cut blade from your regular machine. All right, there's a little bit of plastic, looks like, on here. Like protective. Go ahead and peel that off. See any other. And that slot in the back is for the mats, obviously, to go out the other end. Okay, going back into my box. It comes with a black pen and the cord and Open Me. So Cricut is fabulous about having a project or something right in their boxes so that you can already start. So it's telling me to use these during setup, the Smart Vinyl sample that I have here, and the blade. And there we go. It's not even telling me what the project is. It's going to be a total surprise. Well, that's totally fun. I love surprises. And then here's my mini mat that I can use. So there we go. The Cricut Joy is now unboxed, and I can't wait to do some holiday crafting with her. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave those down below. Make sure that you go and read the description box because I have links to all these goodies in the description. And if there's any that you want to grab, I've just made it easy for you to click on that link and go ahead and shop for your Cricut supplies. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, make sure that you go ahead and subscribe. I have so many more fun videos coming your way, and I can't wait to share them with you. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button and the bell so that you're the first to know every time there's a new video here so I can create with you once again. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you right here real soon. Bye, friends.